Juwan, offense was flowing well early on, but then I think just one field goal over the last 8 to 48. Was there something that changed, or what made it more difficult to execute on the stretch?
Well, organization. That was a big reason why some of the sets that we weren't able to get to what we were asking from an offensive end, because there are times when the guys want to go ahead and do it how they want to do it, or they see something that, how the defender is playing, they feel that this is the best way how to run the set, and overall you just got to trust. You also have to trust, what has been asked, and then also apply. And that's where I think we got into trouble down the stretch, where we wasn't able to get to the offense that was called. But that's a learning process that our players have to get better with.
Paul?
Speaking of applying sets, what did you see on that final play? Was that similar to what you drew up, or how was the execution there on that last play?
Yes, it was what I drew up, but unfortunately we didn't get what we were looking for.
Lindsay?
Trayce Jackson-Davis is a really tough opponent. He played the entire 40 minutes. What did you see from him that was so difficult to minimize today, and what threat does he present?
Well, he took 23 shots, and he scored 28 points, and he's going to touch the ball every time down the floor. That's what we showed on film. That's what we talked about as a team. That's what we practiced, and Trayce has shown for the last years that I've been here coaching against him that he's an amazing talent. That when he's back to the basket or facing the basket, he's a problem for any opponent.
Juwan, some of the close losses from earlier in the season, do you think that creeps in at all down the stretch, just in terms of confidence or belief or execution?
No, it does not. That's your theory. That's at the end of the day. Players have to go out there no matter what game you play, no matter what the score is, no matter what the time is. You just got to execute and play.
Jack?
Earlier, Hunter said it's back to the drawing board after this one, I guess. How do you get the guys to focus back in? What do you say to them to get them to bounce back from this one?
Well, I'm not quite sure what he means by back to the drawing board. I would just say this, that we're 8-6, and we have a tough opponent coming up on the road, and that's a game that we have to, of course, prepare and get ready for it. And we're looking forward to the matchup, but still doesn't change anything. One game at a time.
John?
Juwan, this maybe gets back to the original point you made about execution, but I think the last 5 minutes, Hunter only got one shot out of all those possessions. That's obviously not by design. Is that how do you change that? I guess.
Oh, well, trust me, we were trying to throw the ball into him. It definitely caused some sets for him. And, just unfortunately, there were, like I talked about it, guys see, how the defenders play. At times you want to create something that is not there, and just stick to the script and trust. And the trust has to be there for 40 minutes.
Hunter said that the progress has been, I guess, erased a little bit over the last 2 weeks by just this result. Do you see it that way, or do you feel like this team has made some significant strides in the last 2 weeks?
Yes, this team has definitely gotten better. You have 10 guys, new guys that are part of the team, and then you also have, the boatload of the players that's going to get, the boatload of the minutes are young freshmen. It takes time, and there's only one Fab Five, and that's, the freshmen, you will not see that again. Just had a certain different type of mindset. And I'm not asking for the Fab Five to come in here and save us. That's not what we're talking about here either. So understand my point is that it takes time as the season progresses that you'll see, our guys improving. That's the reason why, because of the work they put in, and the game starting to slow down, and then the trust and the execution, and then also just the effort. But then when you have new ways of, whether it's defensively and offensively, it doesn't happen overnight. And, I commend our players for putting in the work and believing, and at the end of the day, I still trust that we will continue to stay tight, this tight-knit group, and still have the trust, because we have 6 losses, 8 wins, and we're going to keep plugging away, because there's a lot of season left.
We'll go Zach and then Tony.
Juwan, for those who haven't played at this high of a level, what makes like a tight one possession back and forth game down the stretch so difficult? And I guess maybe something that
Well, we
don't
played
see.
it. We've already experienced this before, so, you know, this is nothing new. We've had tough ones that we lost down the stretch, Virginia, North Carolina, Kentucky. So I trust what he does.